Pokemon from generations 4, 5, and 6. In my opinion, the starters in these generations are way more interesting and have pretty impressive and well thought out origins. The starters from the most recent generations have themes that pertain to the other starters in their generation, and even the region that they come from. And each region's starters get more interesting than the last. So let's start with Sinnoh. Turtwig and its evolutions are all inspired by the concept of the world turtle, a giant turtle that supports or contains the world. This myth is attributed to many cultures and is represented by the development of Torterra's family. As you see, the humble Turtwig has a single sprout on his head. As it evolves, the sprout becomes a lush grove, and finally, it seems that Torterra supports a whole mini ecosystem. As the starter family evolves, the resemblance to various armored dinosaurs increases, cause every damn grass starter is a dinosaur, am I right? Of course, Turtwig is based on a snapping turtle, and its name is a combination of turtle and twig. Grotle is a combination of grove and turtle, as evident by its Japanese name Hayashigame, which is also a combination of grove and turtle. Torterra is a combination of tortoise and terra, Latin for ground. A terrapin is also a term for several turtle species. Segue! Now Chimchar seems to be based on a chimpanzee instead of the usual monkey, considering its name and lack of tail. But taking into account its various red markings and the designs of its evolutions, it's pretty safe to say that Chimchar is a chimpanzee/baboon hybrid. Its name is a combo of chimpanzee and char, meaning to burn. When looking at Monferno's blue face, mandrills do come to mind. Its concept is probably inspired by monkey-style kung fu, explaining its fighting typing. Its name is a combo of monkey and inferno, a large fire. Infernape is even more interesting. This Inferno ape has a design that is based on Sun Wukong, the main character of the classic Chinese story Journey to the West, and the same character that inspired Akira Toriyama's Goku. What's cool about all the Sinnoh starters is that they're all based on legends and mythology from across the globe. Torterra is a world turtle, Infernape is Sun Wukong, and Empoleon is, well, would you look at that? It's a trident, the iconic weapon of Poseidon, Greek god of the seas. Empoleon is based on emperor penguins, and its name is a portmanteau of emperor, Pole, as in South Pole, and Napoleon, the infamous emperor of France. The two even share the same height of 5 feet 7 inches. Now let's go back to the water starter Piplup. Its name is derived from the plup sound you hear when a pebble hits the water. The pip part comes from a stage of growth in baby birds. Its Japanese name, Pochama, is also derived from the sound of a pebble splashing in water and a stage in life. Its evolution, Primplup, is based on the crested penguin, and it's a combo of Prince and Plup. Look at that smug face. But the most smug face in this video belongs to Snivy, dubbed by the fans as Smugleaf. Just like its Japanese name, its English name comes from the words snake and ivy. The color scheme of this grass snake Pokemon and its evolutions is based on the, wait for it, grass snake. But their design is based on the species of vine snakes with pointed snouts. The protrusions on its shoulders may be based on the bird of paradise flowers. Along with its evolution, Servine, Snivy may be based on various skinks, serpent-like lizards with very short stubby legs. Servine is a combination of serpent and vine. Serperior is a combination of serpent and superior. By now you may notice this Pokemon's regal appearance. That's because Serperior and its family are based on French royalty. Its white face alludes to the skin whitening fashion amongst the European aristocracy of the 17th century, and the dark green design on its chest seems to be based on the fleur-de-lis, a French insignia used as a noble coat of arms. Tepig's design is based on the British saddleback piglet. I mean, what did you think it was based on, a cow? Its name is a combo of tepid, a synonym for lukewarm, and pig. Pignite is a portmanteau of pig and ignite, and Embor, the mega fire pig, is a combo of ember and pig. Interesting enough, Embor is called Embuo in Japan, as it is a combination of En, meaning flame, Bu from Budo, meaning martial arts, or from Bubu, which means oink, and O, which means king. By now you may notice the family's Chinese-inspired golden designs that are actually pretty similar to Infernape's. That's because the Embor family is based on the demon pig from Journey to the West, the same story from Infernape's origin. Oshawot's family is based on the sea otters and samurai or shogun. Oshawott even has a fan-like shell called the Scout Chop. Duot fights with 2 shells, and Samurott has a full-on samurai helmet shell and shell swords. It's now easier to understand how all 3 Unova starters are based on various countries. Superior represents France, Embor represents China, and Samurott represents Japan. This may also be a nod to the diversity of New York City's population, as it is the inspiration for Unova. But what about the names of the Unova water starters? Try saying water starters 3 times fast. But anywho, Oshawott is a combination of ocean, shell, water, and otter. It may be a reference to Oshawa, Canada, a place with a lot of otters, and or George Osawa, a famous dietitian born to a poor samurai family in the late 1800s. Duat comes from the morning dew and otter, but it could also be a nod to its dual scout chops or Helen Dewitt, the author of The Last Samurai. Samurott is a combination of samurai and otter, but its Japanese name, Daikenki, kinda means big sword-wielding demon. Sinnoh and Unova are not the only regions with starter Pokemon that share a certain theme. The final evolutions of the Kalos starters are based on video game classes. Chestnut is a fighter or knight, Delphox is a mage or witch, and Greninja is a thief and or ninja. Their typing is also clear evidence to this. Chespin is based on a hedgehog and chestnut, as its head looks exactly like a chestnut cupule. Its name is a combination of chestnut and pin, or urchin, an old term for hedgehog, or even chinkapin, a species of chestnuts. Quilladin's name comes from the words quill and paladin, a kind of warrior from the Middle Ages. Chestnut draws inspiration from various armored mammals, most notably the extinct glyptodonts, and different kinds of armor. Its name comes from the chestnut, Juggernaut, which is basically a kind of unstoppable force, and Dreadnought, a type of battleship. This is getting intense. Fennekin is based on a fennec fox, which is why its name is a combination of fennec and kindle, which means to light something on fire. Braixen is an upright fennec fox with witch-like traits, such as a broom for a tail and a stick that it uses like a wand. Its name comes from the words braise, which is French for hot coal, vixen, which is a female fox, and maybe Bruxa, which is Portuguese for witch. Delphox is a combination of fox and the oracles from Delphi, which were exclusively female. Its shiny form also looks like a witch, so yeah. Froakie is based on a frog, and some species of frogs have foam nests on their backs where they keep their eggs. Its foam bubbles are also known as frubbles in the anime and are sometimes used as a hood to disguise its face, kinda like a Japanese burglar. Its name is a combination of frog, froth, croak, and rookie. Frogadier's name is a combination of frog and brigadier, a rank in the military, or grenadier, a specialized soldier who would throw grenades or lead a battle. Its darkened face and scarf-like frubbles make it look even more like a ninja, and its horn is based on various horned frogs. Greninja's name comes from grenouille, which is French for frog and ninja. Its design is based on the spiked protrusions of some frogs, and its body shape resembles the splendid leaf frog. The bubbles on its body resemble the glands on toads, and Greninja's concept does stem from the Japanese folk story, The Tale of the Gallant Jiraiya, about a ninja who can shapeshift into a large toad. I told you these starters would be way more interesting than the previous ones. It actually shows that Game Freak is putting way more effort into the designs and origins of its newer Pokemon. Now if you want to check out the origins for all the types, click here or the link in the description to check out my friend Michael's video over at M&J TV PokeVids.